Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I want to talk about this real quick, and I want to read a comment from Pastor Charles, and he's a patron of mine. We appreciate that, sir. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you to all my patrons that support the channel. If you want to join, there's a link down below. You guys know YouTube sucks, so it's nice to have patrons help me with money to make videos. So again, I want to talk about this church issues that we've been having lately. For the last couple years, I don't know if historically this is something that happened all the time or not, but since I've been making YouTube videos, since I've been getting involved in Second Amendment, I've seen so many attacks already in churches that is ridiculous. And we shouldn't be surprised, because the devil comes to kill and destroy, and he's going to target churches. He's going to target everything. He's going to target everything. His whole job is to separate you from the good Lord, to make you doubt. That's what he's trying to do. He's going to attack your children. He's going to attack your marriage. He's going to attack your job. He's going to attack everything, because he wants to separate you from the good Lord. That's why we got to be in prayer constantly. God, protect me. Lord, I'm here. Guide me through the right path. Tell me where to go. Speak to me constantly. Protect me, right? And again, the devil's out there making you doubt God's love for you. And you know what? I tell you what, some of you guys are not believers. Some of you guys that don't believe in Christ, when you see a church being attacked, you're probably going to say something like, well, you know what? If there's a God, why is that church is being attacked? You're probably going to mention that. You probably have said that yourself. When you start reading the Bible, you understand why those churches are being attacked, because the devil hates you. But again, I'm not going to go into a preaching kind of side. I just wanted to say one thing that I noticed about churches. We need to change our mindset. We really do. And I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys that watch here are pastors. Some of you guys hold like positions in the church. We really need to start making the church understand that it's okay to have a security plan, that it's okay to have a gun, that it's okay to protect a congregation. Because a lot of times, maybe some of the old school guys think that, the good Lord will protect us and that's it. But that's not it. That's my point right there. It is okay to have a mindset of being a protector. And as a man here, a leader of my family, I'm a provider, I'm a protector, and it's totally okay for me to be able to protect my family. And I'll tell you right now, I know Christians that have criticized me. I know Christians that have attacked me because I have a gun. I know several of them that comes to my mind right now that have questioned my love for Christ because I own a gun. But I tell you what, it is totally okay. And we need to tell people that, it is okay to protect our churches, because I don't see anywhere in the Bible where God says that it's okay for a crazy man to come and kill people in a church and you just sit around not doing anything, right? And again, here's the thing. I'm not trying to be mean, or I'm not trying to talk bad, or I'm not trying to do anything like that to anyone. I'm just saying simply that it's okay to have a security plan, and we need to start having that conversation in churches. We need to sit down with the pastor, we need to sit down with the leadership and say, how are we going to do this? Is it going to be a security team? Is it going to be the sheriff's department giving training? Many departments are offering training. Do we pay a company that comes over here and teaches how to do this properly? Do we hire a security company? Because some of these churches are making a ton of money. So, paying for a security company is not something that, wow, no. Some of these churches are making thousands of dollars. So that could be a choice in the table, right? On the table. So again, let me go here to Pastor Charles. I'm going to link his channel down below. If you watch his channel, you're going to be highly blessed, because he teaches the Word of God, and he does a fantastic job. He says, and again, as I read the comment here, I'm going to be sharing some of my opinions. Definitely share some of your opinions down below. But he says, include people involved in your facility process. And again, what I did was that I say here on Patreon, I'm working on a video, share some of your tips, and he did share some of his tips, right? So he said, include people involved in your facility in the process. Those that have maintenance to the facility, could tell you about weak points and things like that. So again, he's talking about involving everyone in the facility, involving people that could provide some weak points, like Pastor Chow just said. To me, that's something that we always do kind of like a vulnerability assessment. We used to do that in Afghanistan. We walk around a place and we identify some of the weak points, some of the issues in that. And again, hiring a company that does that is just fantastic, because they look at the entire building and they actually provide you with a plan or where bad places are, or weak point or soft points and things like that. And you know what? One of the things that I used to do is that I used to ask people inside the base, when I did this in Afghanistan, I used to ask some of the Marines, hey, tell me the weak points. So again, asking people that work there to identify some bad places is definitely a great idea. Okay, he's talking about here that they may also be more aware of entrance and exits that are typically locked and unlocked during service times. This is something that we are seeing in churches with the locks on door, with the closed on doors, right? And the thing about this is that this is a really good point, because what I noticed is that some of those bad guys that commit this horrific attacks have gone there. The one in South Carolina, that guy actually sat down and listened to part of the message, and he decided to make an attack, right? So again, the bad guys are looking. The bad guys are assessing the situation. The bad guys may have come to church, so they may know some of those things. So you got to know, because if you lock a door and you have another door open and a situation bad happen, people may be stuck in a specific place. That's a choke point, and criminals love choke points because they could cause mass casualties. So again, that's great. And again, that's something that needs to be part of the vulnerability assessment, and something that needs to be talked about. Now, he's talking about Pastor Shaw here. Great comment. He's talking about medical team that are active doing the church, right? And again, that could be just a regular person that is assisting or going to church that happens to be a nurse, happen to be EMT and things like that. This is actually fantastic, because several years ago, we had a situation in a church, and we actually have a nurse that was able to assess the situation. So knowing those people, it's just a great thing. Doctors, EMTs, that are part of the service, that you could use them if they want to provide. And you know what? I'll tell you what, any doctor that probably is there and a crazy situation happen, I'm sure any doctor will be able to assess. Every man has to make their own decisions, but I'm sure any doctor will be able to assist, right? Here's a good point that he made right here. Church is dependent on 911, or there's a primary person responsible to call for help to a direct line, police, fire, ambulance. This is great, because what comes to find out is that usually when you say somebody called 911, we don't know. So having a person that, we don't know who's going to do it. I could assume that you did it. You can assume that I did it. So having a person dedicated to do it is actually a great idea. And one thing that we did in the past is that we actually tell you, like, hey, I want you, like Fabian, you do this. Whatever name you are, you do this. You do that. So like that, what you're supposed to do, and there's no confusion, and the task is going to be taken care of. So again, here in this situation, it's actually pretty good, because like that, who's going to call 911. It is that person's responsibility to call 911. Obviously, if that person gets shot, somebody else got to take the responsibility. The same thing happened in a security aspect, where you have a guy that is kind of like a guardian angel and is back there sitting watching what's going on, but they may be multiple people with a firearm. You don't want, you kind of want to know that, because in a security team, you don't want to find yourself in a crossfire, or it again creates confusion and things like that. So here's another point that he made right here, asking, hey, do you know who carries a gun? Are they committed to helping, and do others know that they are part of the team? So again, this is a conversation that some guys may want to get into it, some guys may not. Some guys want to know, share the fact that they carry a gun. I know several people in my church are carrying guns, and that's good to know, right? Because that person could be ready to assist you. But at the same time, some guys may not want to share that. But again, committed to helping is something that we need to discuss during the security team, and we need to say, you know what, if this happened, you understand that this could be what you may be doing. Like, for example, if you are the guardian angel, you're the guy sitting in the back with a gun, looking, assessing the situation. Do you understand that there may be a chance that you may have to use your gun and take somebody's life? And again, some guys may not be cool with that, and you need to step away from that role, and there may be a different role for you to assess, right? So understanding the issue and understanding what you may be doing is definitely critical in this type of situation. All right, one last thing I want to mention here about his comment, and it has to do with practice and training. It says, schedule practice by the full team. And the great thing about training is that it allows you to identify things that you need to work on. Again, sometimes may allow you to identify gear that you need, or may allow you to identify things that you actually need to change in the policy. So the only way for you to know if something's going to work is for you to practice. So again, training, very, very critical. Maybe a little bit difficult because people work and things like that, but making that time and making sure that everybody's committed to protect the church, to me, it's just something very important. So again, I want to read Pastor Charles' comment. I think it brought a lot of value here to the video. So definitely share your comments down below. But the biggest thing here is that we need to change our mindset. We need to put a mindset that it's okay to protect our family. It's okay for you to protect your congregation. It's okay for you to protect innocent people. This thing where some of you guys are like, well, no, you can't bring a gun to church because it's a holy place, and essentially you're making it a gun-free zone, and criminals are exploiting that and attacking a congregation. To me, it's not okay. We need to be able to protect them. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below, and as always, God is in control.